I want to share a little bit about my essential oils yoga class for February. And I start off by saying I am not an expert at essential oils, but I'm pretty good at the yoga side. So I've decided that this combination of adding essential oils with a yoga practice is just a little bit of something extra. It's sort of something that not a lot of people do, so it gets a little bit more specific. It's aromatherapy with yoga. Now, I don't call it aromatherapy because I think using the term therapy implies certain things that I don't want to mislead people. So it's an essential oils yoga class. I use essential oils during my class. So for February, the theme is love, connection, connecting with yourself, connecting with others. So there's a few other themes that we could put in there. The options are your heart wide open, or it could be a couples yoga retreat or couples yoga class, or any just cultivating an open heart. The biggest word for it is connection. And I use this book by doTERRA. You do not have to use this book, but I use it because it gives a great guideline and baseline for someone who knows the yoga part but not so much the oils. This is not going to share with you yoga poses or how to teach yoga or how to share yoga in any way. It really gives you like very little when it comes to suggested poses, but it tells you the oils, the physical and the emotional benefits of the oils, how to apply them, where to apply them, and where to put them in your classes. So it's very much geared towards yoga teachers who want to add the oils to their practice. Okay, so for this one, I actually made a bunch of notes. And the first thing I did as well for my students is to tell you which oils we're using. We typically use 6 different oils. There's 4 that we use in the class itself, and then 2 in a different way. So 1 we put in water and drink it. That's kind of the most optional one. You don't have to do that one, but it's just an option. Usually it's a citrus oil like lemon or orange or even peppermint. And then the other one is diffusing in the air for the overall atmosphere. And then we typically use 4, maybe 5 oils in the class itself. And there are 4 points where we use that oil. And I actually talk about that in my 4-part sequencing. I've sort of chunked it into 4 sections. So we've got what oils we have for February. Ylang ylang is the one that's diffusing. We use wild orange in our water. Wild orange is also mixed with geranium because it kind of cuts some of that flowery smell and makes it a little more accessible. We also use frankincense to help ground, aroma touch, which is a blend, and also balance, which is a blend from doTERRA. You do not have to use doTERRA oils. I just do because it makes it simple, and I get them, I have them, they're here with me at the studio, and I have a collection, and it's great. And they last quite a while unless you're teaching this class to a lot of people multiple times a week. So I cut this class back down to once a week because twice a week was getting to be a lot on my oils, honestly, and so now it's once a week. But this is also a really great workshop to just do once a month. So my heart wide open practice, my connection practice for February starts with any poses that are not any poses that are going to be a little bit more heart opening, uplifting. And there are 4 phases to this, and I called them something different in my 4-part yoga sequencing section. This also goes along with my 10-step sequencing guide. I'm just putting them in different areas. So I'm going to share with you this little bell curve here. This is where I place the oils. There's one at the very beginning. This is the releasing point. There's one when we get up to standing right before sun salutations. That's called installing or install. And then there's one when we come down from the standing poses and onto a seated pose, and that's called nourish. And then the last one is during shavasana, and that's called harmonize. So the first thing that we're doing is using an oil that's going to release the feelings that we're having. It's maybe more grounding, a little bit more, it's not, I don't know, depends on your theme. It could be uplifting too, but it's going to help you release whatever you're feeling and not wanting in your life at that time. So February starts with frankincense, and everyone starts on their back, and we apply it to the shoulders and back of the neck and third eye and an eyebrow sweep, and it just allows for yourself to release what you don't need to be present here. We do a few poses that sort of warms us up, and then we get up to standing, and then that's where we use aroma touch. And on this card, I also have just a quick little sentence of the physical and emotional benefits that people could see on my website. So wild orange, when we drink it, it's uplifting and inspires connection. Frankincense, it helps ground the body and facilitates emotional presence. Aroma touch, when we get up to standing, it helps calm anxious feelings. So if you're ever feeling jittery, and it creates openness of the heart and mind. So then we do some standing poses, some back bends, more like we do a warrior. It moves kind of slowly. We don't do a fast flow with essential oils yoga. I really try to get people into the pose to feel it. So we're not going, constantly stepping forward, reaching. Like, it's not a lot of movement. The movement is in the transitions and the slow transitions into them to really be aware of where your body's going. Yeah, so we do some work that kind of opens the quads, opens the heart, creates little back bends. And then the biggest pose that we're doing in the February class is dancer pose. And there's a few ways you could do that. You could make it a really big thing. You could use a strap. You can get everyone really deep into it. Or just add that as part of your class as sort of more like a quad stretch or a balancing pose. Let's focus on the actual big expression of dancer. So depending on how you teach and your style, it's up to you what you want to do with it and how energetic you want to make it. And then we get down to, after our dancer pose, we come down to child's pose and we apply geranium mixed with our wild orange, so it kind of cuts that geranium. But geranium helps support healthy kidney function. It's the oil of love and trust. So it's placed on the back in child's pose, and I always give the option to raise your hand if you don't want the oil or the application, or just wave me away or let me know in some way. One of these days I'll probably get those little flip cards. I don't want to use them in every single class, but the oils class is great, so then I know when I go around and I actually say verbally, I am applying geranium and wild orange combo to your lower back while you are in this pose. If you would prefer to be passed, just raise your hand or flip your card or let me know that it's not something you would like. So I let them know the oils that I am applying or giving to them right away, not here, try this and trust me. No. I want you to know exactly what I'm giving you and where exactly I will be touching you, if that's the case. And then we do some lying down poses, some maybe wheel pose or more back bends, fish pose, happy baby, and inversion or something like that. You can kind of play with it yourself. And then we get into our final meditation or relaxation, and we use balance blend to reground. So that's the harmonizing or the unifying part of our practice. So yeah, this is what it looks like. This is the 4 points of the practice where you would add oils. A lot of times either you're applying them or there are ways where you can just give it to the students themselves and they can self-apply. I have also heard of putting essential oils, let's say like on a napkin in a baggie and passing those out and saying, here's your oil, so then you don't have to go around and giving everybody drops of oils. So that's another way you could do it if you don't want to give those physical adjustments or you want people to experience it themselves. So using essential oils in your yoga practices can be very emotionally enhancing and just enhancing in different ways that you didn't expect. So if this is something that you're interested in teaching, or if you're interested in practicing with essential oils, I would love to connect with you. I can send you to the right people or the right resources to get you started on the path to using yoga or using essential oils with yoga. The first thing I would recommend is this book. If you are familiar more with yoga, I definitely recommend this to get you into the essential oil side of it. Study it, read it, get to know it. It gives you scripts and everything to get you started teaching it. You can find it on Amazon. I should probably not say that, but you can find it on Amazon or you can find it through the doTERRA website. I don't have any direct links for it. I found it on Amazon. I'll link the Amazon link to it because that's how I started, and I got this from Amazon, and then I actually joined doTERRA because I kept getting oils from them, right? So instead of paying the full retail price, I get wholesale and points and all that kind of background stuff. I am working, I guess, to build a little bit of a business out of it, but it's not right now my main thing. My main thing is running a yoga studio and teaching amazing classes. So this essential oils is sort of just a little side thing and also just a way to enhance the studio space and the classes that I offer in a different way than what everybody else is offering out there. So it creates that specialty thing that we have and that makes us unique. So I hope this was helpful for you. You can find more about me and all I do at ashesyoga.com. You can check out the studio at pulseboyoga.com. That's the town I'm in, Pulsebo. This is Ash's Yoga Studio. I'm here actually right now. You can see by the colors. So anyway, I have to get ready to teach my next class. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will catch you next time. Bye.